Welcome to today's Explainer. Listen, if you've been thinking about launching a business in Arkansas, you are in exactly the right place. We are going to break down the exact step-by-step process of forming your very own LLC in the natural state. And honestly, whether you're a complete beginner or an experienced entrepreneur, you're going to want to stick around because by the end of this, you'll have everything you need to get your business off the ground with complete confidence.
Right out of the gate, I want to emphasize exactly why this matters so much. Just look at this. Forming an LLC is literally the ultimate shield for your personal life. If your business ever faces a lawsuit or takes on debt, your home, your car, and your personal savings are entirely protected. Add to that some fantastic economic incentives and really flexible tax options, and it is a total no-brainer why this is the go-to route for setting up shop. So here is our game plan for today. We'll start with a quick introduction, walk through the step-by-step process, cover the essential operational guidelines, highlight some common pitfalls to avoid, share some great resources and support, and wrap up with a brief disclaimer. All right, let's dive into Section 1, the introduction. One of the absolute biggest perks of an LLC is this concept of pass-through taxation. Unlike a traditional corporation where the profits are taxed at the corporate level and then taxed all over again when they hit your personal bank account, an LLC lets that business income pass straight through to your personal tax return, so you completely avoid double taxation. Whether you're opening a boutique in Little Rock or launching a tech startup up in Fayetteville, this structure simplifies your paperwork and, most importantly, keeps way more of your hard-earned profits right in your pocket. Moving right along to Section 2, the step-by-step process. It basically boils down to 3 core chronological steps to get legally off the ground. You need to choose a name, appoint a registered agent, and file your articles of organization. Let's look at exactly how to tackle each one. First up, you've got to pick a name. Now, Arkansas does have a few strict rules here. Your business name has to be completely unique within the state's database, and it absolutely must end with an LLC designator, like LLC or LTDCO. You also can't use words that would confuse your LLC with a corporation. Oh, and here's a pro tip. If you find the absolute perfect name, but you're not quite ready to pull the trigger and file, you can actually reserve it for 120 days with the Secretary of State for just $22.50 online. Step 2 is appointing a registered agent. Every single LLC in Arkansas has to have one. This is simply your official point of contact. They're the ones responsible for accepting important legal documents, like a service of process, on behalf of your business. They have to have a physical street address in Arkansas, so no P.O. box is allowed. And they need to be available during standard business hours. You can totally be your own non-commercial agent, but a lot of business owners actually opt for a professional commercial service just to keep their personal home address off the public record. And step 3, the big one, is filing your articles of organization. This is the official document that brings your LLC into existence. You can file this by paper, which costs $50 and takes about 2 to 3 weeks, or you can do it online. We highly recommend the online route because it's cheaper and significantly faster. It's typically approved in just 3 to 7 business days. Seriously, just think about this number for a second. $45. That is the standard online filing fee. It is an incredibly low financial barrier to entry to establish a fully recognized, robust business shield in the state of Arkansas. Okay, let's look at Section 3, Operational Guidelines. Because once your LLC is officially filed, you can't just put it on cruise control. The very first thing you should do is draft an operating agreement. Now, interestingly enough, Arkansas law doesn't actually require you to file this document with the state. But trust me, it is absolutely vital that you make one. It puts your ownership percentages, profit splits, and management rules in writing. This effectively overrides the default state rules and is a total lifesaver for preventing messy internal disputes down the road. Next, you're going to want to grab an Employer Identification Number, or EIN, from the IRS for your taxes. Then, go open a dedicated business bank account to keep your personal and business finances strictly separated. Also, and this is super important, Arkansas has no general statewide business license, so you actually have to check with your local city clerks and county zoning offices for specific permits, plus any state boards if you happen to be in a specialized industry. Now, lock this number into your memory, $150. That $150 is the flat annual LLC franchise tax that every Arkansas LLC has to pay the state. The report and the payment are due on May 1st every single year. And listen, the state grants 0 extensions for this. I cannot stress this enough. Paying this on time is a non-negotiable requirement to keep your business compliant and in good standing. Which brings us nicely to Section 4, Common Pitfalls to Avoid.
Let's talk about what happens when things go wrong. Because state tax penalties can compound aggressively. If you just completely fail to file a return, you get hit with a 5% penalty every single month, maxing out at 35%. If the state looks at it and determines it was negligence, they slap on an additional 10%. And if they determine there was outright fraud, you are looking at a massive 50% penalty on whatever you owe. Another huge mistake is letting your registered agent coverage lapse. If your agent resigns or the state just can't reach them, the Secretary of State is going to send you a notice. You get a 60-day cure period to fix it. If you don't, your entire LLC is at risk of administrative dissolution. That literally means the state can forcibly shut down your business entity. And circling back to that May 1st franchise tax deadline, missing that is just a headache you really don't want. It instantly adds a $25 late fee to your bill, plus daily compounding interest, and again, you risk having your business authorization revoked. Let's move to Section 5, Resources and Support. We obviously don't want any of those penalties happening to you, so here's a quick cheat sheet of resources. Always use the free Arkansas Secretary of State database to search for your initial business name. If you're trying to figure out local permits, the SBA has an awesome business license and permit lookup tool online. Definitely lean on your local Chamber of Commerce for networking, and honestly, highly consider using a professional registered agent service. They handle all your legal mail and make sure you never miss those critical state deadlines. And finally, Section 6, Final Thoughts and Disclaimer. Starting an Arkansas LLC is honestly such an accessible process, and it offers just immense benefits, from locking down your personal assets to securing great tax savings. With that $45 online filing fee and just a few really straightforward steps, getting this foundation set up is completely within your reach. So the only question left to ask yourself is, are you ready to take that first step and build your business shield today? Before we officially wrap, just a quick professional note. While the information we covered in this explainer is accurate and based on current Arkansas state laws and tax codes, every single business situation is unique. We always recommend consulting directly with a qualified legal or financial advisor to get personalized advice tailored to your specific needs. Thanks so much for joining me today, and best of luck on your brand new business journey.